How about now? There we go. Good evening, and welcome to the 2020 Tulpehocken graduation ceremony. Words that for a long time I didn't know if I was going to be able to say. It's so great to see everybody here. If you would all please stand in, we'll sing our national anthem. Thank you. You may be seated. I would now like to welcome the 2020 class president, Catherine Travis, to the podium.
Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for being here on this long-awaited day. Whether you are physically present or watching the live stream, the class of 2020 would like you to know how much your support means to us. Like many of you graduating today, I have spent the last 13 years at this school. It has been 13 years of teachers, homework, tests, and social events, wishing for snow days and air conditioning, and praying for classmates and teachers who are no longer with us. We have progressed from elementary school soccer games with 7 goalies at a time to competing for district and state titles. Now, instead of racing to catch the bus in the morning, we've raced to get to our parking spots before the late bell rings, or to get logged on before an online class starts. We have filled our time with music, sports, theater, and clubs of all kinds. While none of our experiences at Tulpehocken have been identical, we have all faced many changes, challenges, triumphs, and defeats together. It is that togetherness that makes us strong. It makes us a family. I procrastinated the writing of the speech for as long as possible, not because I didn't want to write it, but because I didn't know how to say goodbye to Tulpehocken. I tried to write this speech at home, but the words simply wouldn't come. So I came to school with a notebook, a pencil, and a jumble of words in my head. As I sat against the building, I looked at the stadium. I looked at the bricks that form our school, and I thought about the teal seats in our auditorium. As I did this, I realized that Tulpehocken isn't any of those things. Tulpehocken is a community of students, teachers, administration, and support staff. It's the people who welcome us every morning and the people we pass in the hallways. It's the people who listen when we have something to say and the people who go the extra mile to help one another. It's all of you watching this ceremony, waiting to congratulate us as we graduate today. Goodbye to Tulpehocken happened on Friday, March 13th, without any of us knowing it. That was our last day in school together. But it doesn't signify forever. We'll always remain a part of the Tulpehocken community. The end of this year did not turn out like any of us expected it to. It has presented us with a whole new set of challenges and problems to work through. However, as I have seen time and time again over these past 13 years, we have pulled together, helped one another. And today, despite everything that has been placed in our paths, we move forward as graduates of Tulpehocken. We did it together, and that cannot be taken from us. As a president of the class of 2020, I'd like to thank the teachers and administration for helping us achieve this goal. Your support and knowledge have been invaluable in helping us learn. Your wisdom and friendship have enhanced our experiences here and have made our school an exceptional place to spend our formative years. These last several months have been difficult for all of us. Though no one was ready for this challenge, you have stepped up and have gone the extra mile to make learning from home comparable to being in the classroom. On behalf of all of us, thank you. We are at the end of this chapter of our lives. For some of us, the next chapter will mean college, the military, or the workforce. I hope that for all of us, it means discovering our passions. We choose not to dwell on the things we have lost this year, nor our differences and difficulties. Instead, we, the Tulpehocken class of 2020, choose to focus on the lessons we have learned. Nothing of any value comes easy. We are stronger together, not despite our differences, but because of them. As a community, we can overcome anything placed before us, and as a family, we will not just overcome, we will thrive. I will leave you with this quote from Stephen Hawking. Remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Congratulations to all of our graduates today, and I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you. And now we have a speech from Co-valedictorian Jenna Philippe.
Ladies, gentlemen, Superintendent Mr. Netznick, Principal Mr. Welker, and the graduating class of 2020, it is a great honor for me to stand here before you on this remarkable day as your co-valedictorian. I am truly humbled by this achievement and grateful for being able to celebrate this tremendous milestone in our lives with everyone in attendance today and everyone watching online. 4 years ago, we started our secondary education journey as little young freshmen. We saw all the other classes before us graduate, and we dreamed about our own graduation. Finally, we reached our senior year, ready to have the best year in our high school lives. Then we hear mysterious pneumonia sickening dozens in China, first coronavirus case in the US, national emergency declared. Our senior year ended sooner than expected. However, we continued to work online and get to this point. We have all heard the phrase, hard work pays off. Whether we heard those words from our coaches, teachers, friends, and/or parents, today we realize that that statement is true. Personally, I would like to thank my parents for their unwavering support and encouragement to always do the best I can in everything I do. I would also like to thank all the other parents and family members here today, because this day is for you too. You have dedicated a part of your life to make sure your child reached this point in his or her life. Therefore, today is a milestone for you, because it probably was not the easiest thing to do, but hopefully after all the hardships and struggles you may have gone through, it was all worth it to see your child graduate. To all the teachers and coaches I have had, thank you for teaching me valuable lessons and providing me with resources and information in order to grow my knowledge in several areas in my life. Without you, my fellow classmates and I would not be able to be sitting here today, ready to embark on the next part of our lives. Moreover, to many of us, you were more than a teacher or coach. You were a parent-like figure in our lives because you cared about us as people more than us as your student or as your athlete. To the administration, thank you for keeping our school organized, providing us with quality educational programs and classes, and creating a safe place for learning. Most importantly, I would like to thank God, because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, and He is the one who gave me the ability to stay motivated through tough times, get up and work hard after defeats, care for the well-being of others, and most importantly, be my best self. Throughout our time at Tulpehocken, there have been several ups and downs. However, in every situation or circumstance, a memory was made. Every student here understands what it is like to not get the grade he or she hoped for on a test, he or she spent time preparing for. Every athlete understands what it is like to lose a game his or her team should have won when his or her team trained the whole season for it. All musicians, singers, and/or actors know how it feels to not get the role or part they spent hours practicing. And all artists know the feeling of disappointment when their art piece does not come out the way they wanted it to look. In those times, we may have felt disheartened or upset, but there were also times when things went right. There were times where a student did get that grade they hoped for, times where a team celebrated after a glorious win, times where all artistic and musical minds played and sang their hearts out or created that perfect piece. High school has shown us a little taste of how life is out there. Just look at what we went through already as a class. As I have mentioned, we had to finish our senior year during a global pandemic and lose our senior prom and trip. Moreover, we had to watch heartbreaking videos of police brutality and injustice and figure out what we could do to help. In addition to that, we are so much more aware of what is really going on in the world because our lives were put on pause. However, none of that stopped us from getting here. I truly believe that our class can get through anything that comes our way. We will be able to get past any hurdle of any size to reach our goals. Along with reaching goals, we need to go out there and change this world. I believe in equality and equity of all people, and I plan on using my voice and eventually my career as a gateway of hope for kids and people like me. However, I cannot do this alone. We all need to work together and use our various talents and interests to make a world a better place. Gandhi said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world. Be the lion and not another insignificant number in the herd." We are all humans. We bleed the same color. We all have the same basic needs. Therefore, we need to help our fellow brothers and sisters. We need to work together to bring down poverty, help the homeless, and provide food and water for those less fortunate, as well as help bring public education to children who cannot afford it. We need to think about the environment and protect it for future generations. We should continue to respect and thank future and current soldiers who risk their lives to protect this country. All people, no matter what his or her race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, or disability is, should feel safe wherever he or she goes. I understand this will take a lot of time and may not all be solved during our time on Earth. However, just because it takes a long time to solve or fix these things does not mean we should not start now. As John Lennon said, "The people have the power. All we need to do is awaken the power in the people." To the class of 2020, it is our turn. We are powerful, we are strong. We are what the world needs right now. If you want to become a doctor, do it. If you want to become a lawyer, be it. Whatever you aspire to be, dream it and achieve it. Believe that nothing can or will stop you. However, it will not be easy. You will face some setbacks and some hardships, but those are the things that make you stronger. Just like we have the power to change the world, we have the power to change our lives. Kobe Bryant said, "Great things come from hard work and perseverance, no excuses." Class of 2020, let's show the world what it means to work hard and let us bring a light of greatness into it. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2020, and I wish the best as you continue your life's journey after graduation. Now, I would like to introduce my fellow co-valedictorian, Kylie Beck.
I'd like to start off by saying congratulations to my fellow classmates. It has certainly been an unorthodox ending to our senior year, but here we are. As I paged through numerous quotes in hopes of finding a long-lost favorite of mine, sparking a memory, or even just a source of inspiration, I came across the ever-popular, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose," from Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Places You'll Go. Intrigued, I went and read the rest of the book. Though the entire story is great advice, especially for graduates like us, there was one section in particular that I felt stood out as being relevant in this time. This passage tells of the waiting place. Here, everyone is waiting for a train to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or the waiting around for a yes or no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting. In the past few months, it seems we've been doing quite a lot of waiting. We're waiting to return to normal, to go back to school, to see our friends, to eat at a restaurant, to visit family. Waiting, waiting, waiting. In doing so much waiting, however, it's easy to lose sight of what's truly important. What matters most isn't what will come next in our lives. It isn't college, it isn't our career, it's today. It's important to remember that this moment in time holds infinite opportunities no matter how large or how small. Only we can decide for ourselves what we will make out of the time we are given each day. Now, this isn't to say that every moment, day, or year has to be monumental. It's enough to simply acknowledge and appreciate what we have and where we can go from here. As we move forward with our lives, it is important to remember where we've came from. To those who have supported us as we've grown, to teachers, families, friends, and administration, I want to sincerely thank you for all that you've done for us. You've seen us through our highest of highs and our lowest of lows. You've taught us invaluable life lessons that we will now take out into the world with us. You've given us a place in which we'll always belong, a home. Though we may travel far and wide throughout our lives, we know that should we choose to return, the Tulpehocken community will always welcome us with open arms. We've made memories and built relationships that will last a lifetime here. We've discovered passions and found ourselves. None of this would have been possible without any of you. Though we may not always recognize or voice it, the impact you have had on our lives is undeniable. We would not stand here as the people we are today without you. To my fellow classmates, we have the world at our fingertips. Tulpehocken has provided us with a solid foundation, but now it is up to us to decide how to build our lives. The past cannot be changed. It will always be there, but it does not have to define us. It does not limit who we can become. The future will always be uncertain, but we can still set ourselves up for success. Life is much better simplified. We must take charge of what we can control, accept what we cannot, and keep moving forward. Enjoy the little things. Learn to love the in-between moments. Live for today. It's time for us to take responsibility for ourselves and go confidently in the direction of our dreams. Class of 2020, the world awaits.
Gives me great honor to announce the Tulpehocken graduation award list for the 2020 students. Ava Honor, the Dr. Edward Albert Scholarship, the Ed Krim Scholarship, the James Madison Free Speech Award, and the Penn Burnville PTO Scholarship. Andres Bazan, the Bethel Alumni Association Award. Kylie Beck, the Carl and David Badorf Scholarship, the Berks County History Center Award, First Citizens Bank Community Math Award, the Jeffrey Rentschler Memorial Award, the Kerr Scholarship, the Outstanding High School Musician Award, the PRO-ACT Scholarship, the TEA Button Campaign Award, the Tulpehocken High School Band Directors Award, and the Tulpehocken Parents Music Association Award. Mackenzie Betts, the Berks County Farm Women Group No. 5 Family Consumer Science Award, the BCTC Award for Senator Judith Schwank Good Citizenship Award, and the Jeffrey Kreitler Scholarship. Emma Book, the Shirley Ann Spiker Hoyer Memorial Scholarship. Jordan Boyer, the Student Council Scholarship. Bethany Brossman, the Tulpehocken Permanent Art Collection Award. Autumn Clayman, the Bethel PTO Award, the Dr. Ed Albert Scholarship, the Kerr Scholarship, and the Community General Hospital Foundation June A. Rodell Healthcare Scholarship Fund of BCCF. Megan Eberly, the Dr. Ed Albert Scholarship, the Kerr Scholarship, Philip J. Hepner Award, and the Shirley Ann Spiker Hoyer Memorial Scholarship. Aubrey Evans, the Penn Burnville Alumni Association Scholarship, and the Tulpehocken Community Service Scholarship. Brenna Farrell, the National School Choral Award and the National Parents and Music Association Award. Andrew Folk, the Jeffrey Rentschler Memorial Award. Natalie Grumbine, the Berks County Farm Women Group No. 2 Agricultural Award, the Burnville Grange No. 1887 Agricultural Award, the Betty Hetrick Memorial Scholarship, the Gernsheimer Scholarship, and the Tulpehocken Ag FFA Award. Carmela Horn, the BCTC Award for PA Restaurant Association Award for Baking, and the BCTC Award for Senator Judith L. Schwank Good Citizenship Award. Tamara Hauer, the Berks County Farm Women Group No. 2 Family and Consumer Science Award, and the Tulpehocken Board of Directors Award. Sarah Johnson, the Kerr Scholarship, the Miller Keystone High School Blood Donor Recruitment Scholarship. Natalie Jonas, the Arrow International Scholarship, and the Tulpehocken Board of Directors Award. Meetab Kaur, the Mabel Flanagan Nursing Award. Mason Kiefer, the Building Industries Exchange of Reading and Berks County Fund of BCCF Scholarship, the BCTC Award for Outstanding Senior in a Program, the BCTC Award for Johnstown Supply Leadership Award, the BCTC Award for Pierce Phelps Supply Outstanding Student Award, and the Kerr Scholarship. John Kinzer, the Betty Hetrick Memorial Scholarship. Courtney Luckenbill, the Dr. Ed Albert Scholarship, the Reading Music Foundation Accompanist Award, the Reading Music Foundation Penske Jazz Musicianship Award, the TEA Button Campaign Award, the Tulpehocken School Board of Directors Award, and the Tulpehocken Parents Music Association Award. Orion Machieski, the Bethel PTO Award, the PROACT Scholarship, and the Tulpehocken Parents Music Association Award. Chloe Garcia, the Tulpehocken Parents Music Association Award. Rebecca Oxenrider, the Dr. Ed Albert Scholarship, the Raresburg Lions Club Award, the TPMA Award. Luke Paulson, the Bayer Scholarship, the National Honor Society Award, the Penn Burnville PTO Scholarship. Jenna Philippe, the AAUW Award, the Andy Lengel Memorial Fund Award, the BCTC Award for Excellence in the Hospital Setting Award, the BCTC Award by Senator Judith L. Schwank for Good Citizenship, the Carl and David Badorf Scholarship, the George Flanagan Science Award, the Reading Musical Foundation STEAM Award, and the Tulpehocken Parents Music Association Award. Jocelyn Phillips, the Kerr Scholarship, and the Tulpehocken Board of Directors Award. Nathan Pearson, Tulpehocken Parents Music Association Award. Allie Reed, Fryestown Lionettes BCTC Award, and the Sterling Hoffman Memorial Award. Kyle Schimmerhorn, the Tulpehocken Board of Directors Award. Trinity Shepley, the BCTC Award for Outstanding Senior in a Program, the BCTC Award for National Technical Honor Society, and the Bethel American Legion Award. Joshua Straw, the Bethel Alumni Association Award, the Kerr Scholarship, the Patriotic Order of Sons of America Washington Camp No. 113 Award, and the Tulpehocken Parents Music Association Award. Lydia Stupp, the Bethel Alumni Association Award, and the Kerr Scholarship. Catherine Taylor, the Shannon Althouse Memorial Scholarship, the Richard J. Caron Scholarship, and the TEA Button Campaign Award. Jack Thomas, the Penn Burnville Alumni Association Scholarship. Jesse Torres, the NC Feldy Senior Executive Committee Award. Catherine Travis, the Tulpehocken Board of Education Award. Alan Van Tiglin, the Carol and David Badorf Scholarship. Abigail Walker, the TEA Button Campaign Award, the Tulpehocken High School Vocal Directors Award, the Tulpehocken Parents Music Association Award. Gerald Walsh, the BCTC Award for Outstanding Senior in Programming, and the Tulpehocken Parents Music Association Award. Jeremy Walther, Travelers Protective Association of American Altruism Award, and the TEA Further Education Award. Kayla Wojciechowski, the Kerr Scholarship. Stephanie Yonker, the Berks County Farm Women Group No. 5 Agricultural Award, and the Berks County Farm Women No. 10 Future Farmers of America Award. Can we have a round of applause for those recipients? Now for our President's Award for Educational Excellence. This award is given and recognized to students with a grade point average of 90% or better, plus high achievement on state and nationally normed reading and mathematics examinations. Students, when I call your name, please remain standing. Jenna Philippe, Kylie Beck, Catherine Travis, Alan Van Tiglin, Courtney Luckenbill, Meetab Kaur, Natalie Jonas, Luke Paulson, Megan Eberly, Jordan Boyer, Ava Honor, Nathan Pearson, and Autumn Clayman. Congratulations to these students. You may be seated. Next will be the President's Award for Educational Achievement. This award recognizes students who show outstanding educational growth, improvement, commitment, and intellectual development in their academic subject. We have Jeremy Walther and Tamara Hauer. Congratulations to these students. Finally, I'd like to recognize 5 of our students who are going into our armed forces. Daniel Bolin, if you'd please stand. Brody Hartman. We have Tyler Himmelberger, Trinity Shepley, and Josh Straw. I want to thank these young ladies and gentlemen for their service. Okay, next will be the presentation of diplomas by Mr. Andrew Netchnick, our superintendent, and Mr. Oscar Manbeck, our school board president.
Catherine Travis. Jenna Philippe. Kylie Beck. Cody Achenbach. Ava Honor. Andres Bazan. Kenneth Bettleyoung. Mackenzie Betts. Tim Biersu. Alexander Bobo. Emma Book. Jordan Boyer. Dan Boylan. Madeline Breadbenner. Bethany Brossman. Austin Shiverall. Autumn Clayman. Victor Cologne. Kiana Conklin. William Courtwright. Stephen Cox. Ashton Coy. Austin Deck. Megan Eberly. Grace Eckert. Corey Emmerich. Gage Eschbach. Seth Etchberger. Aubrey Evans. Bailey Fair. Mason Fana. Brenna Farrell. Andrew Folk. Joshua Frew. Chloe Garcia. Jose Garcia Diaz. Alex Geddes. Natalie Grumbine. Logan Henney. Allie Himmelberger. Clarissa Hoffert. Sway Hopwood. Carmela Horn. Rachel Howe. Tamara Hauer. Sarah Johnson. Natalie Jonas. Miles Kaufman. Metab Kaur. Mason Kiefer. We have extras. John Kinser. Athena Lausch. Joshua Linky. Kevin Linky. Courtney Luckenbill. Chad Lutz. Orion Machieski. Haley McCauley. Silvana Medina. Rebecca Oxenrider. Randa Palmer. Luke Paulson. Jocelyn Phillips. Nathan Pearson. Allie Reed. Natasha Rohrbach. Zach Ruffner. Jackie Sanchez. Kyle Schermerhorn. Aiden Seward. Mary Sillick. Joshua Straw. Hunter Stump. Lydia Stupp. Catherine Taylor. Jack Thomas. Jesse Torres. Alan Van Tiglin. Abigail Walker. Gerald Walsh. Jeremy Walter. Alexander Wernicki. Kayla Wojciechowski. Cameron Wolf. Ethan York. Stephanie Yonker. I would now ask for all seniors to please stand. And please move your tassel from the right side to the left side of your cap. By the power vested in me, by the Tulpehocken Area School District and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I certify that these students have officially met the requirements set forth for graduation and officially pronounce them graduates of Tulpehocken Area School District. Can we please give them all a round of applause? Now, if you all would please rise for the playing of the Tulpehocken alma mater. You may be seated. I would now like to welcome to the podium Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Andrew Netznick.
I realized about halfway through this, we need to change the order for next year because I stand between you and leaving the graduation and beginning your next chapter. So I promise I'll make it brief, but good evening, everyone. And so here we are. We finally made it to the 2020 graduation ceremony. And I echo what Mr. Welker had said before. There were times that I wasn't sure that we would make it, and I appreciate everybody's cooperation and patience so that we were able to do this and keep a tradition alive and something so special. And so today's a momentous day, and congratulations to the class of 2020, as well as parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, everyone that has gotten you to this point today. Congratulations. So as I was writing this speech, I went back and forth, and I even ran some COVID jokes past my wife, who shot me some very nasty looks. So I left them out, and I decided not to talk about COVID. So that's the last time I will mention that word. But tonight I want to give you a challenge. You know, last year I attended a number of workshops, and some of those workshops were about generations and how you lead different generations and how you engage different generations. And I don't know how many of you have kept track of what generation you are, but you are what's known as Generation Z. And so I want to take just a few minutes to talk a little bit about Generation Z, what it means, and to give you a challenge. So here's the top 10 things they say about Generation Z, and see if this matches you. Generation Z always knows the score. Members of this generation will put everything on the line to win. Generation Z is often skeptical and focuses on individuality. Generation Z is financially focused. Generation Z is entrepreneurial, always looking to potentially open their own business. Generation Z is connected. You are often called the selfie generation or iGen. Generation Z craves human interaction. Generation Z would prefer to work independently than in groups or partners. Generation Z is the most diverse generation ever in history. Generation Z embraces change, and Generation Z wants a voice. Tonight, I want to echo some of the speeches that were heard tonight. I want to challenge you to live up to those qualities of Generation Z. There is so much happening in our world today, and what we need right now are good, strong leaders who are willing to stand up, to be a voice, and create that element of change. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your generation. This is your time and moment to lead. Change and being a voice can come in so many different ways. Look at the world around you and engage it. Several years ago, two friends went to Bali, Indonesia, for a once-in-a-lifetime surfing trip. Now picture that. White sands, beautiful beaches, beautiful clear water, waves that you can surf. But when they reached the beach, that's not what they found. Instead, they found a beach littered with trash and waves bringing more and more in. They went into the local town to determine or figure out where all this trash came from. And they were informed that every couple hours the beaches are totally cleaned off, and within hours they're filled again with trash. It was that day that these two friends committed to cleaning up the plastic and trash in the oceans. These friends, Alex and Andrew, created a company called 4Ocean to begin the monumental task of cleaning up the oceans. On their website, they sell bracelets, and every bracelet sold cleans up a pound of trash out of the ocean. Lily Bourne, 8 years old, wanted to create a cup for family members that had Parkinson's disease because her relatives had kept spilling their drinks whenever they went to put them down. And so she created what's called the kangaroo cup, a three-legged cup so that when patients put their cups down, they don't spill. Now, these are only two examples of how people have made an impact or a change. But you don't have to create a company. You don't have to build a cup in order to make an impact or to be a voice or to bring change. It can start by helping to feed the homeless or helping someone in need. It can start simply at Tulpehocken with a few students having a vision to raise some money for the Four Diamonds, and then doing that by raising $33,856 in 2 years. My challenge to you tonight is bring that change. Start in your community. Look at your church. Look at your home. Look wherever you can, but start. Let your voice shine. Your generation wants a voice, and now is your time to have that voice be heard. Go out and make positive change. Don't just make change, but make positive change. J.K. Rowling, a famous author, said these words, "We do not need magic to change the world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. We have the power to imagine change." Class of 2020, you are our future. And I beg you, I ask you, be a voice. Be an agent of positive change in our world today. Now go forth and impact that. Congratulations, class of 2020. At this time, we're going to dismiss our newest Tulpe alumni students. And we would ask that parents remain seated until our students are dismissed. and then each row on the field will be dismissed at a time. And again, I want to thank you for your patience and cooperation, and I think this was something that absolutely we had to do because it's such a special event. And so I thank you for everything that you have done as parents, guardians, grandparents, aunts and uncles to get these young men and women now to the spot that they are. So thank you.